Hello everyone. Uh, Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we're gonna start one uh, DSS series in my YouTube channel. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna pick uh, questions from coding platform like LeetCode, Code Forces, Geeks, and Geeks for Geeks, and we're gonna solve the questions here and try to understand the logic. Okay, so this series will go up to 300 days, and in 300 days we will solve 300 questions. So today I picked one question. Today I picked one question from the lead code platform, and the name of the question is zigzag conversion. Okay, so let me first read out this question, what this question says, and we will understand the logic. Okay, so the string, this is the particular string we are given. Okay, so it is written in zigzag pattern on a given number of rows like this. Okay, so this one, we are given one string. Okay, as you can see, we are given one string. Okay, which is written in a zigzag pattern. As you can see here, the representation of zigzag pattern. Okay, so this particular string is written in the form of zigzag way. So let me explain you what is zigzag. Zigzag means uh, it should be like top to bottom, then bottom to top, then again top to bottom, then bottom to top, then top to bottom. It will follow the this sequence. Okay. Similarly, this particular string should look like this in this format. Okay. So as you can see here, PAY. First, we will start from top. Okay. We will start. We will pick one character, that is P, from top. Then A. Okay. Then Y. Okay. Then then the next character is P. Okay, then the next character is A. Okay, then the next character is L, then I, then S, then H, then I, then R, then I, and G. Do you see any uh, common things in those representations? Both are having the same pattern, I mean zigzag pattern. Okay, so this representation also uh, following the zigzag pattern. So in this way, we gonna uh, sew. Okay, so let me move forward. So let me take the first example, which is given here as it is. So here we are given a string. Okay, and the number of rows are three. Okay, so we are giving number of rows are three. I mean, we need to form three rows. One, this is the first row, this is the second row, and this is the third row. Okay, fine. Now we are given this string, and we need to, with the help of this string, we need to form a zigzag pattern. Okay, like this. Exactly same like this. So let's do and uh, create a pattern. Okay, so the first character is P, so we will put first character here from top to bottom. We will go from top to bottom, and then uh, bottom to top, and then top to bottom, like this. I mean zigzag pattern. Okay, hope you understood. First character is P, then A will write in just below to P, then Y, okay, then P, okay, then A, then L, okay, then I, then S, then H, then I, then R, then I, and then N, then G. As you can see, this is forming a kind of pattern. This pattern is known as zigzag pattern. Okay, so we gonna return this representation, but not in this exact format. We gonna return in the form of a string. So how we gonna return in the form of a string is, first we gonna pick the character of first row, that is PIN, then ALSIG, then YAHR. Then after that in the fourth row we are having PI. So after the combination of all the characters from all rows, finally we are having this string. So we're gonna return the combination of characters, that is this string we're gonna return as the output. So as you can see here, this is the expected output we are having. Okay, PINALS IGYAHRPI. Okay, hope you guys understood this one. So now I'll write the uh, code here. Okay, code is already I have written. So I'll do dry run first of all. So you guys have a clear understanding about this question. So what I'll do here is I'll do copy this code. First of all, I'll do copy this code and we will dry run here. Okay, hope my screen is visible to you. So let me, okay, so we are having this code for this particular logic to return the zigzag pattern in the form of string. Okay, so I have written this code in a Java programming language. Okay, so if you guys are not aware of Java, just you should have the basic understanding. Otherwise, uh, all the things are similar to, if you are aware of any programming languages like C++ or Python, then you may understand very well. So let's come into the code. So here I have created one class solution, and inside that I have created a method which name is convert. Okay, and this method is returning a string value. Okay, and what this method is passing in the parameter, we are passing string. The same string we are given as an input, and then the second thing we are passing is num rows. Okay, so taking the same example here, we will take the same example. So I'll just copy this string. So I need to write manually PAY PAL. So this question was asked in PayPal. So as you can see here, so the string is we are having PAL sorry, P-A-Y. This is P-A-Y, P-A-Y, P-A-L-I-S-H-I-R-I-N-G. And what is the num rows? We are having the value of num rows is 3. Num rows we are having is 3. So let's start uh, our dry run. So this is the name of the method, and we will come inside this method. So in this line, what I did is I have created a string array. So I have created a string array. So let me write here. I have created a string array with name answer. Okay, with name answer. And this array containing how many rows? How many rows? What is the value of num rows? 3 rows. Okay, so we are having a string array having 3 rows. So let me take here A and S 0, A and S 1, A and S 2. Okay, now I have here one for loop. Why I have written for loop here is we gonna assign uh, null a null string inside this string array. Okay, so currently we are assigning null string in this array. So we are not having any value, we are assigning null at this time. Okay, now moving to the next line. I have one variable int I is equal to 0. Okay, so I have one let me write here. I will write all the variables name here. Okay, there will be no space here because I'll be doing dry run here. So initially at this moment we are having, I'm initializing I with 0. Now after that I have written here a while loop. So this while loop will run until I is less than the s of length. So what is the length of s? So let me count here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So length is 14. So length of this s is 14. Okay. Now, so this while loop will continue until this the value of I will be less than the 14. I mean the length of this particular string. Okay, now we will come inside this for loop. Okay, so I have inside this for loop I have what I'm doing here. I have created one uh, variable index is equal to 0, and that index should be, that for loop should be run until the index value is less than num rows. I mean, what is the value of num rows here? 4. And the second condition is the value of I must be less than s dot length. I mean, the value of I should be less than 14. Okay, and it will continue, it will keep increase by 1. Okay, so why I'm doing is because first I'll complete this, then I'll slowly you gonna understand why we are doing this. So with the help of this particular for loop, what I'll do here is I will go from top to bottom. Okay, from top to bottom. Uh, to go from top to bottom, from up to down, we have written this for loop. Okay, and this for loop I have written to go from bottom to top. Okay, then again from going top to bottom, we will iterate from this for loop. Okay, again from bottom to top, we will iterate from the second for loop. Okay, so we gonna do like this. So be with this video and have patience. You will understand. So now I have one more variable index. Currently at this time we are having the value of index is 0. Okay, I have initialized the value of index with 0. Now this for loop should run until the value of index is less than 4 and the value of I should be less than 14. I mean the length of that string. Okay, and it will keep increment by 1 every time this loop will run. Okay, so let's start. So currently we are having index value 0. Okay, so index value is 0. Okay, so it will come inside this loop. Okay, so what is the logic written here? A and S of index. A and S of index. What is the value of index? 0. 0. Okay, then equal to A and S of 0. This is the short form of this particular thing I am writing here. Okay, so A and S of 0 plus S dot char at I plus plus. Okay, so let me put the values of this. So what is the value of A and S? 0. Currently we are not having any value, so it contains null, I mean space. No value is there. Okay, no value is there, so here space is there. Plus S dot char I. S dot char. S means what? S means this particular string. So S dot char. I mean S dot char I. What is the value of I here? I know the value of I is, I have already initialized, that is 0. Okay, so S dot char 0. I mean at the in this particular string, yeah, at 0th index what we are having? P. Okay, at in this particular string in S, the name of this particular string is S. Okay, so in this index at the 0th index what we are having? The value P. So we are having P here. Okay, so P, so space plus P is what? P. So now now this the value of this P. So this P will be assigned in this first index of answer. Okay, so currently we are having what? P. Let me erase first a little bit. So at this moment uh, answer of I mean this array, in this array string answer At the 0th index, currently what we have assigned p. Okay, p. Okay, got it till now. You guys understood. Let me go to the next step. Before that, let me erase all these things. Okay. Now again it will iterate to the same loop condition. Okay. Again what we were having the value of I, we were having the value of I was 0. Now it became I plus plus. I mean it incremented by 1. So now we are having the value of I is 1, right? Now it will go to the same for loop again here. Okay. Now uh, sorry, the index value will also increment with 1. So initially we were having the index value was 0. So it will increase by 1. So this one also become 1. Okay. Now, so now index value is 1. Index is less than num of rows. I mean, what is the num of rows? 4. And index is 1. Obviously, 1 is less than 4. And the second condition is I should be less than 14. I mean, what is the length of this string? 14. So 1. So currently we are having the value of I is 1. So 1 is less than 14. So this condition is also true. So we will come inside this loop. Okay. Now, so we will execute this particular line. Since the conditions are true, we came inside this line. Now, what is the value of index? 1. As you can see here, the value of index is updated from 0 to 1. Okay. Now, we are having, we gonna add the previous answer of 1 plus s dot. First, let me write the index value here. 1, 0. P is at the 0th index. A is at 1 index. Y is at 2 index. P is at 3. Similarly, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So now s dot char at I plus plus. Now, what is the value of I? We are having 1. Okay. So now let's add both these values. So in this array with first row, we are having nothing. We are having null values. So nothing to add. So no value is there. So what is the value of this particular thing? So as dot char I plus plus. So in this string at uh, at I index, I mean 1 index, in this string, what is the value of at index 1 A? So place space plus A is what? A. Okay. So we are assigning in the second row, we are assigning A. Okay. Here we are assigning A. Fine. Now, now moving further. Now again, uh, after executing this, I was how much? 1. It was 1. After increment by 1, it became 2. So I have updated from 1 to 2 because I plus plus is there. Okay. Now, index will also increase by 1. So index previously it was 1. So after index plus plus it will become 2. Okay. Now the command will again go to this line. Okay. Now the value of index is 0. Okay. Index is 0 and the also index the value of index is less than 4. I mean 2 is obviously less than 4 and 2 is also less than 14. Okay. So the conditions are true. So we will go inside this loop, for loop, and execute this statement. So ansh of index, what is the value of index? 2. Okay. Then answer of 2 plus s dot char at I plus plus. So what will be the value? Here we are having no value. Okay. We are having no value. So nothing is there. So nothing is there. So we won't do anything here. And what is the value of this? S dot char at I plus plus. What is the value of I here? 2. So at the second index in this string, what we are having? Y. Okay. So Y. So we will assign this Y string inside this array with index number 2. Okay. So we will assign here. So we will assign here in the answer array in the index number 2 here. Fine. Now let me erase. Now again I is incremented by 1. So previously we are having 2. It will increment by 1. So it became 3. Now it became 3. Now index will also increment by 1. Previously it was 2. So now it became 3. Okay. Now coming to this loop again. Okay. So the index is now 3. Okay. Index value is less than 4. I mean, what is the value of numbers? 4. So obviously 3 is less than 4 and also 3 is less than the s of length. So again, the conditions are true, means it will come inside this loop and execute this particular statement. So what is the statement here? As index, what is the value of index? 3. Okay, okay. Let me, I was mistakenly said numrose 3. So here the value of numrose is 3. Okay. The value of numrose is 3. Here 3. So currently we are having the value of numrose is 3. So 3 is not less than 3. 3 is equal to 3 but not less than 3. So these conditions at this time become false here. So we will come out this for loop. Okay, because this condition becomes false at this time. Okay, because I forgot that I was assuming that the value of numrose was 4, but here the value of numrose is 3. So this condition becomes false here because 3 is not less than 3. The value of index is 3 at this time and the value of numrose is 3 also. So both are same. So 3 is not less than 3. Okay. So this condition becomes false here. So we will come out of this for loop. Okay. Okay, so we came out from this for loop, and the next for loop we gonna enter into here. Okay, so as I told here, this for loop, why I have created this for loop to write the character from top to bottom. Okay, and this for loop is responsible to go from bottom to top. Okay, again, if I'll iterate to this for loop again, this for loop will iterate from top to bottom, and then further this for loop will be responsible from bottom to top. So similarly it will happen like this. Okay, so now I gonna execute this for loop here. So what is the value of index? So here I'm in assigning the value of index with num rows minus 2. What is the value of num rows we are having? 3. 3 minus 2 is what? 1. Okay. 3 minus 2 is 1. So let me erase all these things, and these are of no use at this time because we came out from this for loop. So uh, if we came out from that for loop, these values are no required further. Now we are having new index with uh, with the value initialized is 1. Why 1? Because I am initializing with num rows minus 2. What is the value of num rows? That is 3. We are given 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. So index value I am initializing by 1. Now, so I will be same here. Okay. I will not change here because I have initialized I in the global uh, I have initialized this variable I in the global place. Okay. So what we were having I at that time 3. Okay. If we remember, so we were having 3. Okay. Index is no more used because I have used uh, initialized and defined index variable inside this for loop. So once this for loop we came out from this for loop, this the value of this index, so the this variable we will get vanished. So but I will be still we will be having the value of I because I have created this I at the global level. Okay, fine. Now, so I is equal to 3 and index is equal to 1. Now, so let's see the condition. Index should be always greater than 0. Index should be always greater than 0. Yes, we are having index greater than 0, that is 1. And the second condition is I should be always less than length of this string, that is 14. Yeah, this is also true. So since both the conditions are true, we will come inside this for loop and execute this particular statement. So let's see here, answer. What is the value of index? That is 1 is equal to answer of 1 plus s dot character at I plus plus. So here, what we are having at what is the value of uh, answer array in the first row. In the first row we are having a, as you can see here in the first not first row, in the second row, the index value is first. Okay, so we are having A, as you can see here. Now, in this particular string, at index number 3, what we are having at the index number 3, P. So after the combination of these two, what we are having, A, P. Okay, so I have concatenated both. Okay, so it becomes AP. Okay, so in the second row, now we are having AP. Okay, AP, as you can see here, AP. Now moving further. Now the I will increment by 1. So here it was 3. Now it will increment by 1, means it became 4. And also the value of index will decrement by 1. So it will become 0 now. Okay. So I made changes here. So now again, index is 0. Okay. And let's check the condition here. Index, 0 is greater than 0. No, this condition is false. Okay, this condition is false. 0 is not greater than 0. So since this condition is false, we gonna come out from this for loop. Okay, we're gonna come out from this for loop, and again we will vanish this index. Okay, because this index I have not created at the global level. Okay, hope you guys are understanding why this index is no more used, because since we came out from this particular for loop for loop, this particular variable get vanished because I have created inside that for loop. Why is not getting vanished? Because I have created this variable at the global level, so it will still it will exist. So again I will come to this for loop. Okay, first for loop. So again, uh, from here it will start from zeroth. Okay, so I will create one fresh variable index and initializing with 0 from starting. Okay, and the index value 0 is less than rows, less than 3. Obviously, this condition is true. And what is the value of I? 4. And 4 is less than s dot length, length that is 14. So this condition is also true. Since both the conditions are true, we will come inside this for loop to execute that particular statement. Okay, so we're gonna execute this statement, that is a and s is equal to what is the index 0. Okay, a and s 0 plus s dot char at index 4. Okay, so in the answer array, in the first index, what we are having, P, plus in in this string at the fourth index, what we are having, A. So after the combination of both two characters, what we are having, PA. So now we need to update this value A and S 0. Initially, previously we are having only P, but at this time we will be having PA. Okay, So now P was already there. So now I will write A here. P A. Okay. As you can see, the value of the first index in the answer array, we are having PA. Okay. Why I'm using space here? To just show the representation of a pattern it is forming here. As you can see here, it is forming a pattern here. Moving further, now now I will also increment by 1. Okay, it will become 5, and the index will also decrement by 1. Okay, so index is already 1. It was already 1, so it if it will decrement, it will become -1. Okay, so now moving to again here, so index is what we are having, -1. So let's check the condition here. First of all, index is greater than 0. No, index is not. Okay, okay, I came into this for loop. We were in this for loop. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Let me erase here. So here it is. I did write I is increment by 1. That is, previously it was 4, so it increment by 1 means it became 5. And now index is also increment by 1. So it previously it was 0, so it become 1 now. So now coming here, checking the condition, index is less than num rows. So 1 is less than num rows means 3. So yeah, it is true. And also 5 is less than 14. I mean s dot length 14. This is also true. So both the conditions are true, means we will execute this particular line. So A and S, what is the index? 1 plus is equal to A and S 1 plus S dot char at I. So we are having A and S of 1. What we are having? AP. AP plus S dot char at I. What we are having? What is the value of I? 5. So in this particular string at the index 5, what we are having? L. Okay. At the fifth index, what we are having in the S string? L. So I will write L here. So after the concatenation, we will be having A, P, L. So the value of answer array in the second row, we are having L. Fine. Now moving further. Now, the value of I will be increment by 1. Previously it was 1. So after increment, it will become 2. Also, the index value will also increment by 1, means it will become 6 here. Now, let's check the condition here. So the index is 2. So 2 is less than 3. Yeah, this condition is true. What is the value of I? 2. So sorry, not 2, 6. 6 is less than 14, so this condition is also true, means we will come inside this for loop to execute this statement. So let's do. What is the value of index? 2 is equal to A and S 2 plus S dot caret I. What is the value of array with the uh, in the third row? We are having Y plus S dot caret index 6. So in the string, in this particular string, in the sixth index, what we are having? I. So after the concatenation of both the string value, we are having y I. Okay. So I have written y I. Now, now we were having I is equal to 6. Now again I will increment by 1. So it will become 7, and index value will also increment by 1, that is 3. Now index is 3. Now come here, check the condition. Index is 3. 3 is less than num rows, that is 3. No, this condition is false. Okay, this condition is false. Means we will come out from this for loop. Okay, we will come out from this for loop, and we will go into the next for loop. I mean this for loop. Okay, so now at this time this index will get vanished. Why this will get vanished? Because I had initialized this index inside this for loop. Since this we came out from that for loop, means that variable got vanished. Okay, now I will create a fresh index variable, okay, with the initialization of num rows minus 2. Means num rows is how much? 3 minus 2 means 1. Okay, so index we are having 1, and the value of I is 7. Fine. So now uh, let me check the condition here. Index is greater than 0. Yes. The value of index is 1. So obviously 1 is greater than 0. Second condition, let me check. 7 is less than uh, length of the string. So this condition is also true. Both the conditions are true. So I will come and uh, solve this statement. So let's do. Index value is 1 is equal to ans 1 plus s dot char at what is the value of I? 7. So and what is the value of array with index 1? What we are having? APL. APL plus in this string at the index 7, what we are having? S. We are having S. So after the combination of both two string, we are having APLS. Okay. So in the second row, we are having we will be having APLS. APL is already there. I need to write S. Fine. Okay. Now I will be increment by 1. Previously it was 7. So if it will increment by 1 means it will become 8. And again the value of index will decrease by 1. Okay, so it will become 0. Okay, now let's check the condition here. So index is, I mean 0 is greater than 0. No, this condition is false here. Since this condition is false, we will come out from this for loop. Okay, and we will delete this index since it will get vanished. Now coming to the first for loop. So the index here is freshly I need to create one index variable with initialization of 0. Now check the condition, index is less than num rows. Obviously this condition is true, this condition is also true. So let's solve the statement ans of 0 is equal to ans of 0 plus s dot caret 8. What is the value of I? 8. So in this array with 0 index, what we are having initially PA plus in this string in the 8th index what we are having H. So combinedly what we are having PAH. PA was already there. We need to write H. Fine. Now moving further. Now the value of I will be increment by 1, that is 9. Also the value of index will also increment by 1, that is previously it was 1, now it will be 1. So now let's check the condition, index is less than num rows. Okay, this condition is true. The value of I is 9 and is less than length of string, that is 14. Yeah, this condition is also true. So we will execute this particular statement again. So answer of index, that is 1, is equal to answer of 1, 1 index, sorry, here plus would be there, s dot caret what is the value of I? 9. Okay, what is the value of array with first index A, P, L, S. Okay, and in the string with index 9, at the ninth index what we are having? I. So after combination we will be having A, P, L, S, I. Okay, so A, P, L, S already was there. After combination it will become A, P, L, S, I. Okay, moving further. Now the value of I will also increase by 1, so it will become 10, and also the index value will also increment by 1, that is 2. Now let's check the condition. The value of index is 2 and 2 is less than num rows, that is 3. So this condition is true. Here what is the value of 5? 10, and 10 is less than s dot length. What is the value of s dot length? 14. This condition is also true, means it will come inside this loop and we will execute this statement. So ans of 2 is equal to ans of 2 plus s dot char at what is the value of I? 10. So in the answer array, in in the third index we are having yi plus in this string at the index number 10 we are having r. So after the combination we will be having yir. Yir. Okay, fine. Now moving further. Now I will also, here I will increase by 1, so it will become 11. Also index will also increase by 1, it will become 3. Now let's check the condition. Index is 3 and the num rows is 3. Is this condition satisfying? No. 3 is not less than 3. So this condition is false. So we will come out from this for loop. Okay. So since we came out from this for loop, this index variable will also get deleted. It will also get vanished. Only this I will exist. So now we will come the execution into this second for loop. So we will create a fresh variable index with the initialization of num rows minus 2. Num rows is 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. Okay. Let's check the condition. Index is greater than 0. So index value is 1. 1 is greater than 0. Yes. Condition is true. Second condition is I is less than s dot length. What is the value of I? 11. 11 is less than 14. Yes. This condition is also true. So we will come inside this for loop to solve this statement. Okay. Now a and s of 1 is equal to a and s of 1 plus s dot char at I. So what is a in this array? Uh, in the first index, what we are having? A, P, L, S, I plus in this string in the 11th index, what we are having? I. So after the combination of both these two strings, we will be having A, P, L, S, I. Okay. So already we are having A, P, L, S, I. So I will add here I. Okay. Now moving further. Now the value of I will get increment by 1. That is, it will become 12. Also the index value will be decrement by 1. That is 0. Now we will come inside this the condition of for loop. The value of index is 0. Okay. So 0 is greater than 0. Is this condition true? No. 0 is not greater than 0. It is the same value, no? So this condition becomes false. So we'll come out from this for loop. Also, this index variable will also get deleted. So again, we will come in the first for loop, this for loop. So we will create one index variable with 0. Okay. Now check this condition. Index is 0. 0 is less than number. Yes. This condition is true. What is the value of I? 12. 12 is less than 14. Yes. Condition is true. So we will come inside this condition in this statement. So ANS of 0 is equal to ANS of 0 plus S dot char at I. So what is the value of uh, answer array in the 0th index? PAH. And in the string with index value 12, what we are having in the 12th index in this string? And so after the combination of both two strings, we are having PAH. And so now we are having PAH already was there. We need to write and okay. So now moving further. Now the value of I will be increment by 1, that is 13. Okay. Also the index value will also increment by 1, that is it will become 1. Okay. Let's check the condition. So index value is 1. 1 is less than num rows, that is 3. Yes, this condition is true. What is the value of 5? 13. And 13 is less than length of the string, that is 14. Yes, this condition is also true. So we will come inside this for loop. Okay. A and S. What is the value of index? 1 is equal to A and S 1 index plus S dot char at I. What is the value of I? 13. So what is the value of answer array in the first index? We are having A, P, L, S, I plus what is the value of uh, the this character string of this string at character at index 13. We are having G. So after combination, we will be having A, P, L, S, I, G. So this is already here. I need to add G here. Okay. So now I think we have completed all the strings. Okay. So let me so now I will increment by 1. Okay. Initially it was for 13. It will increment by 1 means it will become 14. Index value will also increment by 1 means it will become 2. So now check the condition. Index is less than num rows. Yes, this condition is true. I is less than s dot length. I mean 14 was the value. 14 is the value of I, and this should be less than length of this string. I mean 14. This condition becomes false now. Okay. Since this condition is false, we will come out from this loop. Okay. And we will come in this loop. Okay. We will come into this loop. Now we'll create one new variable index with value 1. Okay. Let's check the condition. Index is greater than 0. Yes, this condition is true. And I is less than 14. What is I? 14. And the length of the string is 14. So now at this moment, this condition, the second for loop condition, is also gets false. So we will also come out from the second for loop and we will erase this index variable. Okay. Now we have executed all both the for loop and we have iterated till the end of this string. I mean till G. So we are having this pattern. As you can see here, P-A-Y, P-A-L-I-S-H-I-R-I-N-G. This is forming a pattern. As you can see here, this is forming a pattern. And this pattern we are required to form. This is called zigzag pattern. Okay. So we already did this pattern, but we gonna return this thing in the form of string. I mean how? Let's see. We gonna return this is the representation form, but we are not going to return in this form. We are going to return in the form of string. That is, in the first row we are having P A H N A P L S I G Y I R. As you can see, both the value are same. PAHN, okay, PHNALSPIIGYR, okay. So both the output are same, okay. So let's see in the second how we are gonna return uh, this particular output in this format, in this string format, okay, because we are the return type here is string, not in the form of array or something else. So here I have created one string variable, okay, that is res with null value, okay, and I am creating one for loop here, okay, string str is equal to ans res plus is equal to str, then return res, okay. So let's execute this one, okay. So here what I did is, so it will take one by one from uh, from each index from this array, and uh, we will combine uh, in this string, okay. So let's take one by one. So initially we were having string string str, sorry, string, we are having nothing here. So we will take the first index, that is PAHN, PAHN, okay, and we will, what is written here, res, result is equal to result plus str, okay. In result, what we are having, result nothing, null value. So null value plus str, what will be here, PAHN. So now what we are having, PAHN. Now again it will iterate in the second time. So in the second time, if we will iterate, so mm, now in the res, what we are having, res is equal to, in the res what we are having, PHN, PAHN, PAHN plus, what is the value of str? So what is the value of, oh okay, 1 minute, just a second, okay. So here what is the value of, in the second row we are having A N L S I G. So if we'll add both to, what we will be having, A P L S I G, okay. So in the third iteration, we're gonna add the last, okay. So initially we were having PAHN LS I plus, in the last we are having YIR. So after adding, what we will be having, YIR. So this is the final output, okay. So this is the final output. It is I have stored here in result. So finally I am returning this result, okay. So I am finally returning this result, and this is result is a string type. So I am, as I have mentioned here, the return type is string. So this is the output. Okay, as you can see here. So now let's run this code. Okay. Okay, so it is working for all the test cases. Okay, so let's submit this. Okay, so I hope you guys understood very well. So if you guys like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. And okay, so next video will be coming tomorrow. So thank you guys uh, for this video. Thank you.